The live chat went from Free Leo to WTF in 3 seconds. Clara swiped again. It showed Leo's bank statements. All the money Clara had secretly deposited into his account over the years, which he spent on fake followers, rented sports cars, and VIP tables at clubs. "I didn't evict a son," Clara said, leaning toward the camera. "I uninstalled a parasite. I spent $2 million sponsoring his fake life, hoping he'd level up and become a real man. But instead, he tried to delete his own mother for a content studio." Then came the finisher move. Clara played a recording of Leo from just 10 minutes ago in the motel room. Leo's voice. "Vanessa, once the cancel mob hits 1 million, she'll have to pay us at least $10 million to stop the PR nightmare. It's the ultimate heist." The internet mob flipped instantly. The hashtag changed from hashtag cancel Clara to hashtag Leo is a crook. Clara looked directly into the camera, her smile lethal. "Leo, you wanted clout? Well, now you're the most famous person on the planet for being the biggest L of 2026. Your social credit is now permanent red." Suddenly, the motel room door slammed open on Leo's side. It was the internet police, and the actual police. "Leo Sterling," the officer said, "you're being flagged for digital extortion and filing a false report. Your subscription to Freedom has just been canceled." Leo looked at his phone. The live stream showed his own arrest in real time. He saw Clara in the corner of the screen, raising a glass of mustard yellow juice to the camera. "Game over, Leo," Clara whispered. "I don't just own the bank. I own the narrative." The screen went black. Leo was handcuffed and dragged out of the motel, while Vanessa was left crying over a broken ring that Clara had just remotely deactivated. It was a smart ring Clara had paid for. The county jail. Leo is sitting in a mustard yellow jumpsuit. The irony is killing him. His hair is a mess, and he hasn't had a latte in 48 hours. He looks like a level 1 crook who lost his inventory. Leo was starving for freedom. The cancel culture mob had moved on to the next drama, and he was left rotting in the waiting lobby of the justice system. But then the heavy steel door creaked open. Out walked Clara's lawyer, Mr. Viper, looking immaculate in a $5,000 suit. He dropped a mustard yellow envelope on the cold metal table. "Leo," Viper said, his voice cold as ice, "Madam Clara has decided to bail you out. She's whitelisted your name from the permanent record, for now." Leo jumped up, his eyes glowing with greed. "I knew it. She couldn't cancel her own blood. She's gonna give me a refill on my bank account, right? She's gonna put me back in the S-tier life?" Viper laughed, a dry, cringeworthy laugh. "Not quite. There's a contract. You sign this, or you stay in this server for the next 5 years, for digital fraud." "Just get me out. I'll sign anything to get back to the luxury vibes." Cut to 1 hour later, outside the jail. Leo stepped out, breathing the fresh air of freedom. He expected a Lamborghini to be waiting. Instead, there was a rusty 2005 mustard yellow delivery van with a logo that said, "Clara's Cleaning and Courier Services." A high-tier security guard handed Leo a mop and a smartwatch that was locked to his wrist. "What is this visual glitch?" Leo screamed. "Where's my Uber Black?" Suddenly, the smartwatch chirped. Clara's face appeared on the tiny screen in 8K resolution. "Welcome to your new main quest, Leo," Clara said, looking savage in her office. "You've spent your whole life simping for money you didn't earn. You think you're a boss? Well, now you're an entry-level employee. You're going to work for my cleaning company. Minimum wage, 40 hours a week, no influencer breaks. No selfies. If you AFK away from keyboard for more than 10 minutes, the bail gets revoked and you go back to the prison server." Leo's jaw lagged. "Ma, I'm a content creator. I can't clean floors. That's for low-stat players." "Actually," Clara smirked, "it's for humble players. Your first assignment is already on the GPS. You're going to clean the VIP lounge at the very gym you used to flex in. You'll be scrubbing the floors while your old friends watch you in real time. Cut to the Elite Fitness Gym. Leo walked in wearing a mustard yellow janitor's vest. The cringe was lethal. His old clout-chasing friends, the ones he used to buy VIP tables for, were there, lifting weights and taking fit checks in the mirror. "Yo, is that Leo?" one guy laughed, recording him on a phone. "From billionaire to bucket boy? That's a top-tier fall-off, bruh. #janitor Leo." Leo tried to hide his face with the mop, but his smartwatch buzzed. Clara's voice. "Stop lagging, Leo. There's a stain on section 4. Scrub it like your freedom depends on it, because it does." For 8 hours, Leo had to grind like a newbie. He cleaned toilets, wiped down sweaty benches, and took orders from people he used to look down on. His ego bar was at 0%. Cut to 9 p.m., the motel room. Leo slumped onto the thin mattress, his hands blistered. He checked his smartwatch. He had earned $88.50 for the day. "This is poverty tier," Leo cried, looking at the mustard yellow uniform. "I can't even buy a designer belt with this. I'm gonna quit this game." Suddenly the door opened. It was Vanessa, but she wasn't wearing Gucci. She was wearing a mustard yellow apron. "Leo," Vanessa sobbed. "Clara found me too. I'm dog walking for her pet service now. I had to pick up poop for 6 hours today. She said if I don't grind, she'll blacklist my name from every modeling agency in the city." Leo realized the metagame Clara was playing. She wasn't just punishing them. She was forcing them to see the NPCs they used to ignore. She was making them earn their existence in the real world. "She's nerfing us, Vanessa," Leo whispered, his voice shaking. "She's nerfing us until we're human again." Suddenly, a notification popped up on both their watches. Quest updated. Tomorrow's task: cleaning the Sterling Tower lobby. Be there at 5 a.m. Don't be mid. Leo looked at the mop in the corner. For the first time in his life, he didn't feel like a king. He felt like a glitched file trying to find a way back into the system. The lobby of Sterling Global Tower. It's 5 a.m. The floors are polished marble, and the mustard yellow LED lights are blinding. Leo is standing there with a mop, looking like a low-res background character. Leo was malfunctioning. His back was aching, his hands were blistered, and his main character ego was shattered. He had been scrubbing floors for 3 days, and his total earnings wouldn't even buy a designer sock. "Vanessa," Leo whispered into his mustard yellow smartwatch, "I can't grind like this anymore. This NPC lifestyle is corrupting my soul. I'm going to shortcut the system." I saw the master keycard on the supervisor's desk. If I can clone it, I can get into Clara's private server on the 90th floor and transfer some emergency loot to a secret offshore crypto wallet. She'll never notice a few K missing from a $90 million bag. Vanessa's voice crackled back, sounding exhausted. "Leo, don't be a noob. Clara has God mode enabled on this building. If you glitch, she'll permaban us from the planet." "Relax," Leo smirked, his toxic confidence returning. "I'm a professional scammer, remember? I'm going to stealth mode my way up there while the guards are on their donut break." Cut to 11 p.m., the Sterling Tower. Leo had managed to swipe the keycard. He was in the elevator, ascending to the 90th floor. The numbers on the screen were climbing like a viral video's view count. Level 70, 80, 90, access granted. Leo stepped out into Clara's penthouse office. It was endgame luxury. A mustard yellow velvet chair, a desk made of solid obsidian, and a computer setup that looked like it could hack the Pentagon. "Time to drain the vault," Leo whispered, plugging a smuggled USB drive into the main console. Initiating loot script in 3, 2, 1. Suddenly the entire room turned a deep flashing mustard yellow. A giant holographic L appeared in the center of the room, spinning slowly. Wait, what is this visual bug? Leo lagged, his heart dropping into his stomach. A smooth AI-generated voice filled the room. It was Clara's voice, but it sounded like a digital goddess. Warning. Unauthorized player detected in the executive suite. Initiating public expose protocol. Suddenly, the massive glass windows of the 90th floor, which were actually giant LED screens facing the entire city, turned on. Every person in the streets below, every car on the highway, and every live streamer in the city saw a 4K live feed of Leo trying to hack the computer. No! Abort! Alt F4! Leo screamed, pulling at the USB drive, but it was locked in place by a magnetic clamp. Cut to the big screen outside. A massive headline appeared over Leo's head for the whole city to see. The janitor who tried to steal from his mother. A live feed of disappointment. Suddenly, the mustard yellow elevator doors opened. Out walked Clara, looking absolutely iconic in a gold-trimmed robe, holding a cup of organic tea. "Hey, Leo," Clara said, her voice calm but lethal. "I see you're trying to speed-run your way back to wealth. But you forgot one thing. I coded this entire building. Every keycard, every port, and every pixel belongs to me." Leo fell to his knees. "Ma, I was just testing your security. I wanted to show you how vulnerable you are. It was a security audit." "Nice gaslighting, Leo," Clara smirked, sipping her tea. "But the logs don't lie. You just tried to bypass the redemption quest I gave you. You chose the snake path again." She tapped her tablet. "Since you don't like minimum wage, I've decided to update your contract. You're no longer a janitor." Leo looked up. "You're making me an executive?" "No," Clara laughed, a savage sound. "I'm making you a public service mascot. Since the city saw you glitch tonight, you're going to spend the next month wearing a giant mustard yellow trash can costume in the city square. You'll be handing out anti-scam flyers to tourists for 12 hours a day. If you take the mask off, you go back to the prison server for 10 years. Leo's aura hit a new low. "A trash can costume? Ma, that's pure cringe. I'll be a meme forever." "Exactly," Clara whispered, leaning down to his level. "You wanted clout? Now you're the mascot of failure. You're going to be the visual representation of what happens when you try to shortcut your way through life." Cut to the next morning, the city square. Leo was standing in the middle of a swarming crowd, wearing a 7-foot-tall, foam mustard yellow trash can costume. His face was visible through a small vent in the lid. "Get your anti-scam flyers here," Leo croaked, his voice muffled. "Don't shortcut your life, or you'll end up like me." A group of middle schoolers walked by, recording him for their vlogs. "Yo, look at this trash can NPC. He looks like that Leo guy who got ratioed by his mom. #TrashLeo, #LVibe. In the distance, on the 90th floor of the Sterling Tower, Clara was watching through a telescope, a small smile on her face. "Michael," she said to her assistant. "The mascot looks a bit slow. Tell the weather system to trigger some light rain over the square. I want his costume to get soggy. It adds to the aesthetic of his karma." The city square. It's raining. Leo is standing inside a massive, soggy, mustard yellow trash can costume. He smells like wet foam and regret. He's handing out anti-scam flyers to people who are literally laughing at his face through the lid. Leo was down bad. His aura was literally in the negatives. He was a living meme. Every time someone posted a TikTok of him, his cringe meter hit the red zone. "Get your flyers. Don't be a scammer like me," Leo muttered, his voice muffled by the foam. "I'm a trash can NPC, just respawning in the rain." Suddenly, a sleek, neon-purple McLaren 750S screeched to a halt right in front of him. The butterfly doors swung open. Out stepped a guy wearing a $15,000 diamond-encrusted tracksuit and a mustard yellow watch. It was Chad the Alpha Thompson. Chad was Leo's high school rival. Back in the day, Leo used to bully Chad for being poor and having low-tier clothes. Leo used to gatekeep the cool table from him. Now, Chad looked like a Giga Chad from a power fantasy anime. "Yo, is that the Trash King?" Chad laughed, his voice booming with Victory Royale energy. "Leo, my guy. I saw you trending on the feed, and I had to come see this glitch in person. From billionaire wannabe to literal garbage bin. That's a top-tier fall-off." Leo's eyes lagged through the trash can's vent. "Chad, how are you so loaded? Last time I saw you, you were working at a fast food server." Chad leaned against his McLaren, taking a selfie with Leo, the trash can, in the background. "Oh, I didn't scam my way up, Leo. I actually grinded. I started a mustard yellow logistics company, and guess who my main investor is? Your mom, Clara. She saw my stats and sponsored my growth.